So the FPL season is about to start, and this year, I mean business. We've done a lot of videos in the FPL series so far. We've covered budget players of nearly every position. We've covered the Manchester problem, and we've covered who's got the best fixtures. So who has made it into my confirmed starting 15? In terms of the squad, not the starting 15, because otherwise I'd have 4 more players than everyone else on the pitch. That is how football works, isn't it? It's just 11? Yeah, okay. I did a video previously on my first draft that I had done, so who is still in there and who has been removed and is going to be starting in my first FPL team this year. So first off, there's only been one change in the goalie position, but not a big one to make note of. Hugo Lloris is still going to be my number 1, but our second goalkeeper is Orjan Nyland. With Tom Heaton still out at the moment, there is a chance that Nyland may well get some game time, although I think Jed Steer seems to be the preferred option for Dean Smith at Aston Villa. Their fixtures aren't brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, they don't even have one to start the season, but he may well get some minutes, and at £4 million, it's a worthwhile risk worth taking. Because like I said, Hugo Lloris is still going to be our number 1, and will probably play the majority of the first load of the season anyway, at least the first 10 games. In defence again, not really much has changed apart from the addition of Jamal Lascelles in for Ruben Vinagre, who is rumoured to be leaving Wolves. If the Vinagre rumours are to be believed, then obviously there's not much point in keeping him there because he will be sold. And that leaves a spot open for the Newcastle skipper. Newcastle's fixture is not particularly that good, although there are a few weeks where I think you can probably leave him out. But starts against West Ham and Brighton do present chances to get a good defensive start, especially the game at home to Brighton. I think that Newcastle could be in for a clean sheet in the first couple of game weeks. Other than that, it's as it was before, so you've got Ezri Konsa, James Justin, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the must-have of this year, and Ender Stevens. There's also been no change in my midfield as Aubameyang, Dale Stevens, Salah, Ward-Prowse, and Heung-min Son make up my midfield 5. I see no reason to change. I'm very, very happy with the way that they are going to be lining up. There's a real balance and a strength and depth in there. You've almost got 2 premiums and 1 semi-premium before you go down to JWP, who's the value for money, and then Dale Stevens, who is the bench warmer. I think that's about as strong a 5 as I can manage. There's been all change up front, but I do feel in some ways it's probably not the worst front 3 in the game. Ayew is still the one I'm umming and ahhing about, but I think I'm going to give him a chance to start off the season. He's at home to Southampton. I want to see him for the first couple of game weeks, see how he gets on. But Mitrovic has come in, and obviously with Fulham's fixtures, I didn't know they were that good to start with, but after doing my video talking about the best strikers that you can get budget, I recommend you go and watch it. I looked at his fixtures and he's convinced me, so Mitrovic is going to be my other £6 million striker up front, and that has freed up room to go and get Danny Ings in exchange for Che Adams, who was originally in my squad as well. So no place for Alexandre Lacazette, which I think, like I said, was a placeholder more than anything else. The main Southampton man is obviously your go-to Southampton player. I've talked at length about how great their fixtures are. I'm expecting him to be my main man up front, and hopefully he will deliver. So there's the 15, but how is the actual lineup going to look going into game week 1? The usual 3-4-3 formation, which is obviously a favourite of nearly everybody on fantasy football because you get the 3 strikers in. Hugo Lloris will obviously be in goal, as I've said before. Then we're going to have a back three, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dale Stevens, who both have home games against Leeds and Wolves respectively. And then it was a shootout between Jamal Lascelles away at West Ham and James Justin away at West Bromwich Albion. On paper, obviously James Justin's got the better game, but I do believe that promoted teams that start at home are always likely to be pumped up. It's the first day of the season. The crowd not being there may make a difference, but I just feel that Leicester aren't going to be quite at the races to start. I think West Brom will be up for that one and want to start well. So for me, I've gone with Jamal Lascelles instead away at the London Stadium. West Ham also notoriously don't particularly start well, which is another factor in why I've picked him. The midfield is as you would expect. Like I said, Dale Stevens is the placeholder, and that means that Aubameyang, Salah, Ward-Prowse and Heung-min Son line up. Obviously, we have very good games for Salah and Aubameyang on paper. Aubameyang is away at Craven Cottage against Fulham, and Salah is part of the Liverpool team that are hosting newly promoted Leeds on the opening day. His record at Anfield has always been particularly good. He always does well in the first game week of the year. So at the moment, my captain's armband is on Mo Salah simply for the fact that he is at home rather than away. But Leeds are probably the harder fixture out of the two. Then, of course, you've got James Ward-Prowse away at Crystal Palace, which will be a difficult game. I'm not expecting him to do too much, but with set pieces, you never know. And then you have Heung-min Son up against Everton, who are an unknown quantity this year. We don't really know how they're going to line up, how disciplined they're going to be, how defensively strong they're going to be with Carlo Ancelotti in charge. So I've gone for Son, at present. Never really a shout for captaincy, but he's definitely got to be playing. He's been quite good in pre-season as well, son, so at the moment I'm not too worried about having him over Harry Kane. Gave a little bit of a clash with regards to Ayew and Ings obviously playing against each other, but hopefully it'll be a 1-1 with both of them scoring. That would be delightful, or maybe more. 3-3, hat-trick both would be even better. And then Mitrovic, like I said, is going to be playing against Arsenal, which I do think he might well get a goal. And again, newly promoted team, back up at home. They're going to be pumped up and want to make an impression on their first day, and I think he is the man to get a goal against Arsenal. I can see us doing quite well this week. And then also we've got the bench of Nyland, Justin Stevens and Ezri Konsa. Nyland and Konsa both don't have a game, but they are kind of cheap fill-ins for the time being, so I'm not too worried about that. So that is it today. Just a very short video to let you know what my Game Week 1 team is looking like. Let me know what yours look like, unless you're in the MikeRo Invitational, in which case I'm sure you'll want to keep it to yourself. We have 31 people in there so far, and obviously if you can get in before the season starts, that would be absolutely brilliant. There's no real prizes this year for doing it, because I can't really fund it, as you can see from the state of my flat. But hopefully you will come in and just do it for the fun of it, and then get to rub it in my face when you no doubt beat me at it, because everyone probably knows a little bit more than I do about FPL. It's not a good way to plug it if I'm trying to give hints and tips on the videos, is it? Anyway, the league code and the link are down in the description to this video, and down there is also the like button, so why don't you press it? And come back for another video when we will be reviewing Game Week 1 after it has happened, and we can go through the carnage of what will probably be a bad haul for me. But we never know, you never know. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you really have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe. Good luck to all fantasy football players this year. Just not as much luck as me. And until I see you next week, take care of yourselves and stay cool.